Assalamu alaikum, dear friends and fellows. How are you? I welcome you here on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friend, look, financial stability, coming out of the financial difficulties and being self sufficient in the field of the as for the financial affairs are concerned, how important it is very much important indeed. It is very much important indeed because finance is the lifeline, money is the lifeline. Whatever product we go for the purpose of buying, whatever services we want to buy, we need money. So, today we are going to talk about how to become financially stable or how to come out of the financial difficulties. So that is something very, very important indeed. After a very careful consideration, after looking upon the research which was conducted by other people, by other relevant personalities, we could understand that there are some four basics of financial stability. Four basics of the financial stability. All of these four basics are so important that I think nothing could be as important as for bringing stability in the financial matters is concerned. So these four things will help us a lot, will go a long way in making us financially stable and will strengthen us so much. So dear friends and fellows, what are those four things? First of all, it is creating budget. Many of the people feel dreaded when they talk about, when they listen of creating the budget. Understand that we are not going to create the budget for a country, not even for an organization, rather for an individual or a family. So creating the budget, it is something very, very basic. It is one of the most basic thing ever. What are my income sources? What sources of income can I generate? Where am I going to spend? So that is all called the budget. And those people who are afraid of the making a budget, all what they can do is they can simply keep writing from where did they earn the money, how much of it, and from where can they earn the money, what will be the expected income, and where are they going to spend, or even after doing that I earned, I got a money from there and I get a money from here, I can get a money from there, I have spent the money upon this and I have spent the money upon there, that this much of the money was spent on this thing and that much of the money was spent on that thing, and after the end of the month, and we need to accumulate all the spending, we need to accumulate all the earning from wherever we did get the money. So this thing is called the budget. And then we can also see what of the spending was unnecessary and I could have avoided it totally and absolutely. Where did I spend extra money? I should have spent the lesser amount of money. Where did I earn the money? I might have earned the more money from there. And what are the other sources where I could have earned the money? So that all simple thing is called the budgeting of a single person or of a family. So dear friends and fellows, that was the number one thing. And number two thing is get rid of the debt, getting rid of the debt, because debt and the burden is quite a lot of burden, and that is quite a lot of burden. We need to get rid of the debt, and that is something really very bad, very, very, very disgusting thing. So get rid of the debt unless and until you are using it in a good business. Otherwise, debt is bad indeed. personal, debt for the personal items, debt not for the business but for the personal item, that is a nuisance. And that is even, I shall like to say, that is something which has the potential to spoil our life. So dear friends and fellows, not to be tolerant with with the debt at all. Avoid it, like it is a curse, like it is a, like a cancer. Now the third thing is, build build an emergency fund. Yes, we need to have a little bit of the money for the sake of emergency all the time. And build an emergency fund. Building of an emergency fund, it is more important than any other thing. So my dear friends and fellows, we need to build an emergency fund. And then we need to have some money. We need to keep some money in the pocket. All pocket mean that we always need to save a bit of money. Save something for the rainy days. Saving something for the rainy days, it is so much important that we cannot afford to overlook it at all. So that is, save something for the rainy days, build an emergency fund. And now the fourth and the last is, that is, invest. Make an investment, and invest prudently. We need to make an investment no matter how little it is. But not only that we are making the investment of few hundred, rather we are learning and we are building ourselves how to become an investor. Even if at all we are building it in a good manner, the few hundreds or the few thousand, I think even we are learning how to make an investment, how to be a businessman, how to earn some money out of our investment. So no matter how little of the money we are going to invest, never be shy of it. Never be shy of it at all. If at all there are few hundreds and few thousands only, today it might become the millions if at all we are doing it in a good manner, if at all we are doing it with great and deep interest, if at all we are learning the science and the art of making the investment. So that is why I call it the prudent investment. So always be an investor. Always be an investor. And I think no matter how little the investment it is good, as long as you are doing it with the great interest, as long as you are doing it with the vision that you will keep enhancing your investment, the money which stays in the investment, as long as it is going upward, I think you are going to become quite a successful one. So that is, make investment and do it prudently. So these are the four basic points of becoming an investor, becoming a millionaire. I think those who are making the investments of few hundred and few thousand, they can become the millionaire if at all we are doing it, if at all they are doing it with the great interest and with the great hope. But never look for the shortcuts. Never look for the shortcuts. Never look for the overnight success. There are people, and there are enough number of people who wanted to become rich overnight. What did happen? That they have lost all the money they had invested in those schemes, the schemes which were meant for which were meant for making the people overnight rich. Avoid this at all cost. Avoid this at all cost. So dear friends and fellows, we mean grow organically. It does not mean that we should not look for the good opportunities. We must look for the good opportunities. But as for the mere gambling is concerned, as for the total risk factor is concerned, it shouldn't be tolerated. If at all we are going to take the risk, it must be very calculated one, it must be very prepared one, and it must not be a wild one, it must not be like a gambling. So these are all four things from me at the moment. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair.